The game ended somewhere around the halfway. I'm not sure if the tip was up or not fully up. And then they just outplayed us for 40 minutes and outworked us. And we didn't give them the type of resistance that we have all year in 22 games. And we lost to a very good Pittsburgh team. They eventually ground us down and beat us by 15. We lost to Notre Dame by 3 there, where we fought and had a shot at the end. We lost in double overtime to Villanova when we took advantage of. We assumed we were going to win. We played ourselves into a loss, but fought all the way through. And then we got beat by Syracuse late, and then tonight was a whole different story. Tonight was a very disappointing night for us, and congratulations to St. John's. I thought they played well. A team that didn't make threes, made threes. A team that also has been shooting 78% from the foul line in the last 4 games, has now shot 59% in 4 straight games. I have no. Kevin Walker led the first 6-7 games, I believe it was, into the league, and someone was shooting 88% from the foul line. So we just played very poorly, and they in turn played very well, took us completely out of the game, and congratulations to them.
Questions?
Did you not like what you were seeing from you guys even early in the first half?
They completely outplayed us.
You feel that the technical at the end of the half contributed because they got 10 points and you guys touched the ball once?
Then we should have lost by 15. They were going to get possession of the ball, so there wasn't even that. I do think that I do think 4 steps is a bit too much. I'll take the 3, but the fourth step got me.
Is there any one particular aspect of the game that bothered you more than any other?
Every aspect that you can possibly name, from foul shooting to no defense to rebounding to not running to getting run on to facing now 40, 80, 160 straight minutes of matchup zone. We probably should have an idea. We've worked 2 straight days with great in practice, except for this morning. We had didn't look sharp in the shoot around, and unfortunately it doesn't always be the case. We carried it over into we never really got into the game the way we need to get into the game to beat a very good St. John team. They're tough, they're physical, they're experienced, and I thought they played terrific.
You've seen this group of St. John's players the last couple of years. What do you think they're doing differently now that they weren't doing?
They're a year older, and Steve's doing a great job with them. Although I always thought their previous coach did a terrific job with them, but they're a year older, they're physical. They beat us in the Big East tournament pretty good last year, so I remember that very well. And they're an NIT team, not that far away last year, and right now, and they're one of those teams that has a chance to get to the NCAA tournament, like many of us in the Big East do. I mean, this is not the end of the season for Connecticut, but then again, it's not the end of the season for St. John's. On this given night, St. John's handled us in every single way they possibly could.
Coach, does this state show you that, as from top to bottom, the Big East is still like the toughest conference in the country?
I don't know if this particular game does. Okay, I think other games possibly do. That game was over relatively quickly in the second half, and that we haven't allowed that to happen to some pretty good teams. Michigan State, Kentucky, Villanova, etc., Tennessee, Texas. That's the part. And if we lost those games, and we could have lost some of those games, it would have been a big difference. I think the way we played, it's very difficult to judge. But is the Big East? Ask Rutgers. Ask Villanova today about Rutgers. And yeah, the Big East has too many good teams. It is too big, and 18 games is. I'll continue to say, and I've said it, so it's not surprising to the commissioner, is way too many games to play. Because the best we can do down the stretch with those 2 additional games is go 50-50. And no one ever says that, but I'm going to say it, and it's got to do with this game, but I've said this 1,000 times. I say it every May, and I get, well, everybody wants to visit everybody. Well, when we add 2 more schools, that's going to be fun. That's a 20-game schedule. So I just don't know how logically, how the 18 grind, if we all assume for the moment this is the best conference in the country, we're going to do us a lot more service by having everybody let's put Rutgers at 12, wherever we want to put them. Coach Rice has done a great job there. I mean, just sensational job. But if you've got to continue to keep it on by 18 games, we can't only go by 50%. We can go 80% if we played those 2 other games someplace else by winning a lot more of them, and I think it would enhance a lot more teams. What I'm scared of, I'm not scared of Connecticut. We'll play our way in or out of the tournament. the second best RPI out of schedule in the country. So in that aspect, we're in good shape. We're still going to have to win some games to get in the NCAA tournament. We fully are cognizant of that. But I would hate to, but there would be this teams, and hopefully it's not us, and the way we play tonight, I didn't care for, obviously. But I hate to see, just because of the additional games, that we start losing teams, not getting into the tournament just because we're at 18 as opposed to 16. And I truly believe that. And that's not an excuse for the way we played tonight. We needed this game, and St. John's needed this game. And now we're going to have to pick a couple more up in our last 7 games. But the point I'm making is that it's very tough coming down the stretch, and I think we look at our schedule or West Virginia's schedule, or you name it, St. John. We all have difficult roads ahead, and I just think you don't need those additional 2 games to prove how good this league is.
Jim, you talked about the matchup zone, 4 straight games having trouble with it. Obviously, teams watch you. Is anybody on that bench capable of getting in the middle of the zone and hitting a 10-foot shot?
Capable, or are they? The question, no, nobody is, but are they capable of it? You know, we've faced matchups before. Right now, we're going through the worst shooting slump of the season, and that's been 6 games running. We won a couple games that we disguised some of the things against zone. We might have got our best shots, certainly against Villanova, and shot 48%. So and they played us mainly matchup zone. I'm sorry, Louisville.